Welcome to Sheikh Hamdan's official poetry realm, where love knows no boundaries, time bows to sincerity, and age is but a shadow in the presence of real affection. In this heartfelt piece, Sheikh Hamdan pours his soul into a confession of timeless adoration, challenging societal norms and embracing the raw beauty of maturity. Today, we dive into a love that defies numbers and flourishes in emotional depth and spiritual connection. Let your hearts open wide as we journey through the verses of a man who isn't afraid to love a woman older than himself, with grace and dignity. I know she is older, but her heart is the youngest I've ever touched. Her laughter dances like wind across the dunes of my solitude, soft yet stirring, ancient yet free. Her voice doesn't tremble with age, but with wisdom, each word etched with seasons I have yet to live through, yet somehow, she makes me feel like I've known them all. What youth seeks in adventure, I find in her presence, calm, complete, and beautifully unhurried. Her silence teaches more than 1,000 noisy crowds ever could. She walks with the elegance of someone who no longer competes with the world but leads her own. And in every gaze, she teaches me patience. I have met many, but none like her, none who can calm a storm in my chest with just a knowing glance. She does not flatter or feign. She sees me, the man behind the crown, the boy behind the beast. And I, in return, worship her as the sunrise bows to the desert, without demand, only reverence. When I told them about her, they questioned my pride. They said, "She's older, isn't that strange?" But love has never needed permission, nor does it wear a number like a badge. I did not choose her for her years but for the way she fills mine with meaning. When I hold her hand, I don't feel time slipping, I feel eternity pausing, gifting us a moment that legends are born from. The poets before me spoke of muses in youthful skin, but my poetry is older, bolder, and truer, because it breathes through her. She doesn't need me to validate her worth, she already wears it like perfume. But I, Sheikh Hamdan, give her something rarer, loyalty that echoes through palaces and promises that whisper in the chambers of my soul. Her gray hairs do not threaten me, they crown her in a glory the world forgets to admire. She has lived, she has endured, and she has loved without the fear of losing. How could I not adore a woman who knows the weight of silence and the fire of patience? Every poem I write now trembles with her name. She doesn't ask for sonnets, but I write them anyway. She doesn't demand my presence, yet I run to her in every free breath. In her, I find a woman, not a dream. Dreams fade with daylight. But she rises with the sun and teaches me to begin again. Her beauty isn't measured by fleeting standards. Her beauty is measured by the stories in her eyes and the gentleness of her hands that have healed more wounds than I've ever known. They ask me, "Will you marry someone older than you?" I smile. What they don't know is that my soul ages every time I'm apart from her. She may be older in age, but I grow older in love, and love, real love, always matures us. I don't want someone to keep up with me. I want someone to slow me down, to center me, and to remind me that power lies not in the race, but in the rest. And she does exactly that. Her presence makes even my horses bow their heads in reverence. I've sat in royal halls filled with voices and laughter, but none of them echo in my memory like the nights I've spent talking with her. She makes me feel like a man, not a ruler, not a prince, just a man capable of love, fear, hope, and tenderness. Her experience doesn't distance her from me, it draws me in. She does not chase trends, she creates timelessness. And I adore her for that. My poems are not fantasies, they are records of my admiration, laid bare for the world to feel. When I see her, I don't see the past. I see a future grounded in grace. I imagine children growing under her wisdom, a home lit with her presence, and a kingdom blessed by her strength. She is not behind her time, she is ahead of it. And I want to walk beside her, age with her, and learn with her. While others chase fleeting beauty, I hold fast to eternal wonder. She is the moon that glows even when the world sleeps. She is my guiding light. Some may never understand, and that's fine. They haven't tasted the fruit of an older woman's devotion, nor have they seen how time becomes her ally rather than her enemy. They live in a world that worships appearances. But I live in a world where souls collide. And hers collided with mine like a flame to dry wood, sudden, fierce, and unforgettable. I cannot and will not dim that fire for anyone's approval. If loving her is rebellion, then let my kingdom rise in revolt. Let the minarets sing her name and the desert sands record our footprints side by side. I adore her not in secret but in full sunlight, where truth lives and love thrives. She is older, yes. And with every passing day, I love her more for it. Her age doesn't make her less desirable, it makes her irreplaceable. A woman like her is not found twice in one lifetime. So to the world that still questions my heart, I say this: you may not understand now, but one day you'll wish you had loved like I do. Not by the rules, not by the eyes of strangers, but by the compass of the heart. I know she is older, but still, I adore her. Because real love doesn't look at the clock. It listens to the soul. And mine has never sung more clearly than when she is near. She told me once, "Hamdan, you deserve someone who can grow with you." I smiled gently and replied, "But my love, you are the reason I'm growing." She doesn't know how she waters the deepest roots of my soul just by being herself. Her maturity doesn't overshadow me, it shelters me. In her arms, I feel peace, not pressure. In her presence, I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to run faster or speak louder. I just have to be, and being with her feels like a sanctuary. When I write poems, they are laced with her fragrance, the quiet perfume of resilience, the bold scent of grace. Each verse is dipped in the elegance of her stride, the poise in her posture, the depth in her gaze. She doesn't strive to be the center of attention, and yet, she always is. Not because she's loud, but because she's real. And in a world filled with illusions, her authenticity is a lighthouse for a soul like mine, restless, royal, but yearning to be held by something true. Her laugh is not the careless chuckle of youth, but a rich melody sculpted by joy and sorrow alike.